Hey there and welcome. I'm Trish, your navigator. Let's look at messages that Spirit has for us for today, Wednesday, September 1st. Let's get started. Already at the 1st of September. No matter when you see this, the messages that are given for this space is going to be perfect for you at that time. Okay. Let's see, what kind of goodies does Spirit have to give us today? Of course, our guides and ascended masters and Spirit and angels are here. We're being efficient again. Okay. We're going to look at it this way. Okay, efficiency, obedience, and release. I'm going to change it to obedient, efficient, and release. So if we're obedient in that we surrender ourselves and we're obedient to the task at hand, we don't allow ourselves to wander or whatever, we stay focused, we stay obedient, and we're efficient with our task at hand, then we'll get done with it and we can release it. There's energy being released. I'm finding a trend where energy is being released. There's a lot of things coming up to be blessed and released. Whenever you have a past issue come up, instead of pushing it back down, it's really good to go ahead and observe it and bless it, forgive it if you need to, and release it. Give it to Spirit, release it. Let's see what kind of general info. Who's going to come and help us with this general information? Ishtar, boundaries. We're working on boundaries today. Sometimes we just get so wound up and moving and getting so fast in our movement that we forget that we have boundaries, and we end up being yes men and giving away the farm, essentially, allowing people to run all over us. Where boundaries, they're there for reasons. There's reasons that there's fences on farms. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Be obedient to your boundaries. Be obedient. Obedience is just giving respect to yourself. The sun, S-O-N, sun, your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So we're working with our inner child today, it appears. Little ones, when they first show up, they don't know the rules of the road, so they're going to push boundaries. Perhaps your ego, your inner child is pushing boundaries. Are you respecting yourself enough? Or are you going mindlessly moving about? A little bit of mindfulness would be helpful today. That's where boundaries would come in, being obedient and efficient. You don't need to spend all day bringing yourself back in. Spring equinox, rebirth. if you you have to release before you bring stuff back in. The beautiful thing about releasing is that the universe abhors a vacuum. So when you release things, whether they be visible or invisible, it makes room for spirit to bring stuff in that's that good or better. Always looking for that or better. Retreat into nature. We need a little grounding as well. So if you go in, if you have a chance, and if you're in a place, go out barefoot so that you can ground yourself. If you have rocks, play with your rocks. Go for a walk. Go hug a tree. The point being is retreating into nature. Nature holds a lot of knowledge that it's willing to share with you if you are willing to go and ask. So I'm seeing where this kind of goes along with things that have been with death and rebirth. We're getting toward fall here, which is when nature goes back to sleep. Death and rebirth happens. Boundaries, man, they can be a booger to work with. But if you be efficient, you don't have to spend all day thinking about things. You can just observe it, recognize it for what it is, and release it. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Subconsciously, we have choices to make today. Work with spirit on your choices. Perhaps what it is that you have choices on your boundaries. You have to choose your boundaries. You got to figure out where your boundaries are so that you can actually enforce them. Again, we're working with our emotions today. Getting control with it, allowing your emotions to come out when it's appropriate. That's why there's a lid on the cup. She has the control over her emotions. See stuff from a different point of view today. Perhaps you're taking a pause so you can look at things from a different point of view. Perhaps you need to look at a different point of view so you can set your boundaries. Yeah, we're sitting pretty. We've gone through all these emotions. 9, you're getting toward the completion of the cycle. So you've run the gamut of all the drama, and now you're ready. You're ready to recognize it. You're ready to be obedient with yourself, be efficient with yourself, release all the drama, set boundaries so you can rebirth yourself, take care of your inner child, so you can get grounded. This could be something that you've already been working on. You've gotten control over your mind and your thinking, and you're at a point where you can give or take, but that is the sort of truth. And truth helps set boundaries. Oh, it looks like we have some. Is there some drama coming up where we need to cut things? Is there a hard release coming? It's like no more dragging along. You're efficient in your cutting, whether it's changing. It's changing of seasons. It's a changing of the season, letting go of stuff from the past. Don't allow it to come back in, so you can rebirth. Sword of Truth is showing up. You have, with all the work that you've been doing on yourself, and it's been a lot of energy moving around, you're coming to a point where there's going to be a Humpty Dumpty moment, and it's going to allow the sun to come through. Perhaps you've been in the valley of shadows, and you're coming out of the shadows now. New energy coming. Having a bit of structure about it. Let's see if we can have some more. We have a bit of spirit working with us. We have 4 major arcanas, 5 if you consider the subconscious. Ace of Swords, I consider spirit work as well, because that's just pure energy. That's pure thought coming through. That's allowing the thoughts, talking to your inner child, getting on the same page as your inner child. Your inner child may have some fear. You may need to work with that inner child and set boundaries with that child so it can feel safe. Children feel safe when they have boundaries and they know how far they can go. They challenge boundaries, so they know that's how they grow. But if they know that they can go to this point and no further, then that gives them a level of satisfaction and a level of safety. It could be that the hard cut is dealing with a relationship. Maybe there's somebody who's been in your realm that you need to set boundaries with, and depending on who they are, they may not take it. They may take it like a child. They may be like your inner child, but it gives you an opportunity for a new cycle. Yeah, there's going to be some disappointment on somebody's part, but stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. You have both King and Queen of Cups here, so have compassion, but that doesn't mean you have to have emotion. Let's see. So as far as, all right, using structure, you set up your boundaries, you set up your structures. It's going to allow you to go from the drama to calmer waters. Yeah, and then you can get on with it. Then you can be your queen in your realm doing your thing. So it looks like working with someone. It looks like there's a person involved in this, and not just you. There's a person that you need to be set. You're needing to set boundaries. You need to respect yourself and your inner child. You need to respect yourself enough so that you can go through a rebirth. If you find that you're getting a bit, if you're getting a little spinny, go ground yourself. Be obedient to yourself. You allow yourself to go through the action that needs to happen, and you know what it is. You know what it is you need to do. It allows you to see the sun. Once, like your inner child here, his back will be to the sun, and everything will be illuminated. Everything's going to be illuminated. And there's no hiding when the sun's out. Everything, you can see everything. It allows you to make the divine choice that you need to do. Well, this message is packing a little bit of a punch. There needs to be direct action today where you respect yourself enough to set boundaries. There may be some people that buck against it, but hold your ground, be obedient to yourself, trust yourself, respect yourself, respect your inner child, allow your inner child to rebirth. Perhaps your inner child's ready to come up to the next level. That's what this action may be, in that you're working yourself toward the illumination. And it's going to be better once you get to the other side. So I hope that you enjoyed this message. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you stopped by, and come back and sit again, and we'll visit some more.